love Salford for its people. I think the people of Salford are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
I like the
experience.
media opportunities, especially since you've got Media City and you've got a lot of nature.
I have
quite a few parks like Victoria Park. Sorry,
The people.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what about them?
Oh, good neighbours. I've got good neighbours anyway. Well,
I live in the bungalows, independent living, and it's really good.
It's a good community.
Well, I've lived in Salford all my life, born in a house in Swinton. I love Salford because I've always felt at home here. It's diverse. It seems to have everything that we need as a family.
The thing I like about it is a feeling of people in Salford, sort of the way they stick together, help each other.
It's got quite a good sense of community here, because when you walk down like sort of Main Street, people have like the doors open, and it's quiet. Like I don't feel worried walking around here like at night. It's quite a nice area. I like it here. I think there's a good sense of community. It's quite a positive place. Everybody on your street's friendly and very nice.
I moved from Cheetham Mill, which was up Manchester, down to Salford where my wife and her family live, and it's brilliant. I like it. It's
I like the name of it.
Been here 1990 I moved down here.
Manchester taking over Salford. I like the fact that Salford is Salford.
You were mentioning something about antisocial behaviour. Was there something that you wanted to say around that?
Behaviour. I think the council need to do more stuff to help young people, unemployed people.
Taking the goodness that we've done as a city and then going to Manchester, like Laura now saying Manchester, the uni saying Manchester. No, as a whole we need to promote it. And in promoting from outside, it's good because it brings people into the region. But we don't want to lose our identity as Salfordians.
Mornington is a really nice place now, and they've got loads of bars, and I think Eccles could be the same, but it's kind of been left. It's just completely empty now, and I think they can make it a lot nicer.
Well, in what way?
I think it's really just, it looks so concrete, and there's nothing like green or
there's nothing going on. There's nothing big that's like that. Like symbolises Eccles, like there's nothing to it.
Everyone's friendly, it's calm, it's a nice city.
Where are you from?
Salford. I'm from Eccles.
Okay, so what matters to you being young and in Eccles?
Food. Being safe.
Yeah, that's good. So why do you not feel safe?
Because there's like all these stuff that's been happening on the news and like stabbings.
I did hear somebody talked about a murder the other day or stuff like that.
That's in Cardiff.
Cardiff? In Wales?
Yeah.
No. He said it was like I think he said like Ermstead or Ermston or something like that.
Yeah, and it's just like a bad place to grow up, really.
Do you think it's a bad place to grow up? I mean, why is that? Because you are still growing, so why is it? I mean, do you feel unsafe to walk the streets?
At night, yeah. See me coming home from like a party or a club, and you don't feel safe.
Every 2 to 3 weeks is no good, and we do recycle and we do go to the tip, but still your bins, that's a big one for me.
Because I just think it's disgusting. In other countries you're not allowed to throw rubbish. Throw it out the cars, they're out the dog do. Kids are just dropping paper, and it's because they're adults are doing it. I think there should be more awareness look into the schools of how we affect our environment.
Keeping it tidy and things like that, which I know people have to help with, but it's starting to look scruffy again. We got to a point where the city was, we were proud to come from Salford for a change. And I think it's starting to look scruffy again. Bin systems. I recycle everything, and that 3-week bin is difficult.
Well, what I don't like to see is when you go out and see all the litter.
There's a lot of litter, there is.
My main issue is litter and maybe not quite enough services or understanding of disabled people.
Residents refuse to sort out their rubbish and recycle. That winds me up, to be honest, because my flat itself has a view of the bins, so every morning when I go into the kitchen I'm looking at rubbish, and I don't think that's fair.
My bugbear is litter.
Really? Litter?
Yes. It concerns me, basically the attitude that a lot of people have towards litter. They think it's just all right to throw their stuff on the ground all over the place.
Right, what matters to me, I think the spending at the moment, parks and leisure things for the children, there's not enough of them. And what there is has been sort of vandalised and that.
It's a really nice area, and we have deers on there and all sorts and all sorts of different wildlife. And it's neglected, and it's not really looked after by anybody.
There's a lot of money needed to go towards the adults with learning difficulties and the mental health side. And disability people, I think they're losing out as well.
So that'd be one of your plans?
Yeah.
Services for older people, environmental health, and building and development control.
More groups going for the disabled. Once they leave school, college, the transition is from being in a group to going to like an elderly care home, and they're split up from the friends. There's no good transition for disabled people, and and it is really upsetting.
More unhealthy, or it leads to serious illnesses where people need care, and then it becomes where the services like care provision, and it's obviously a very expensive thing, so the healthier people are and the longer they can look after themselves.
The services he wants to because of the finance involved, you know.
Yeah. So was that a service that was cut?
No, he used to go to Salford Stockport 3 times a week, but then he wanted to cut it down to 2. Then he cut it down to 1 and went to Salford instead. And then things happened and he could no longer meet his needs.
Right.
So he's now in a day centre 5 days a week, and he's bored, very bored. So he's waiting to get something else, but it takes forever.
Young children, and I've got older children who are working, they've had to go out the area to find decent jobs to fit their qualifications. Right. So, you know, they're taken out of Salford.
Someone with work experience, but you can't get that experience if you're not giving them a job.
There needs to be more places where people can get voluntary work, that can get back into employment. There needs to be more things in the area to motivate people to want to work.
There seems to be a lot of companies coming in, but they're more for skilled workers rather than young people, so perhaps more can be done for like young people.
The estate where I live, we have one little bus every hour, hoping that it does turn up on time, and it's the only one that can get a lot of the old people off the estate to the shops.
I think it's nice to have an area like that where people can. It is really nice. It's a nice development. There's not. It's difficult for people to access that area all the time because of things like parking. Okay, there's the trams there, which we go, but at the moment that's. I think they've had issues with it closing down for several months.
I love Salford. I wouldn't live anywhere else.
Really?
It's such a. It's a vibrant, down-to-earth place. It's got a really good community feel, especially Monton. It's a really good community.
Government cuts, budgets, money being taken away and not reinvested. I mean, we hear things about the National Lottery, what they've done. Where is all that money going to? It seems to be going to just a few projects. It needs to be going to more into local community. We need to be getting some more investment in the area rather than have things constantly taken away from us.
Cohesion, and that people in the area work together for the, for the good of the community. Instead of being selfish and abusing the town, littering and all the rest of it.
My main thing is, where I see people is a lack of communication. If we knew what was being spent, what was going on, we might all help each other a little more in that respect. We can turn around and give our little ideas.
So anyway, how do you guys like Salford, and what matters to you? Let me ask the young men here. What matters to you here in the area that you live? I mean, what should they have more of,
Sweet shops.
Sweet shops?
Sweet shops.
You know what? I'm writing that down. There's not enough sweet shops in Salford. And, you know what I mean?
And fudge.
Fudge?
Yeah.
Come on.
No,
That's really what matters to you is sweet shops and fudge?
We actually love the area of Salford.
Do you?
I mean, let's have it right.
Yeah.
We've actually got husbands of Southerner.
Oh, yeah.
They have nothing down there.
Nothing down there.
We have everything from Media City, the Lowry.
There we go.
The Trafford Centre.
I performed at Lowry.
Did you?
Yeah.
You've got
violin.
Odsal Hall, you've got the Imperial War Museum.
Been
You've got all the museums, and they're all free.